bring you more details on a year. Professor Smart Sarpong, the researcher, why the details of it, baby, a dynamics, every the outcomes of the research, and I know pay your dinner at the bro. Say all live on radio on 92.9. The patrol join you live a year Facebook eso na pay ubetimi at the Wagin trading in at the buy. Your numbers near 0550596 929 0550567 929 na afi what the Wagin trading in at the abam. But I for Professor Smart Sarpong na afi we get back to the screen na yene wedi enkomo most of the details ni nyina no ewa ha na adopay wono a woye ne research no wono ankasa etimi aba betrem most of the places I will call and Crawford one more edi nkomo the basic research questions are one more ebisa and necessitate the responses are woman so a buy. These are some important questions and okay we need to ask Professor Smart Sarpong na yeneno edi nkomo. Now the bottom line no yama wetimi atiase baby and community through anane fapim na no ewoni nyina no yama wetimi ehun. But this is more detailed and stay with us na anope yene endi sa enkobo no mame emma prof achi na me mano akwaba. Prof, good morning. Mr. Speaker. Empombo god here. Very well. Eradi adom yenso ye ho ye pa na adope ye da se ye frɛ won so once again wetimi adjoin here. We are very grateful for your time anope enti ye ba board ne so na ye ne wedi enkomo presentation of baseline reports on 275 constituencies in Ghana as presented and draw ewon kran na we are very fortunate because oyebia na watene kumase na why presentation no but I don't pay we are grateful for Kessben so yeah Prof yebeba so Richard Yanko I just want to take you through na afeye wia ye bisa questions so see who wins elections 2024 evidence from science and data. Quite an interesting headline or the ama the report evidence a free science and data. Richard Yanko the first page na afeye Yense presentation as a general introduction to the concept of the elections research opinion post and the issues of sampling the applicable laws govern the research what you need to know the assessor as a researcher ultimately any the answer those are the applicable laws. Now importance of scientific elections research and opinion polls to strategic campaigning and participatory democracy. And a political party more or less, and yes, it should be based on a research scientifically. Now, if you want to me, ubetimi a strategize. Now, the baseline survey, the research design, the details of it, then the findings, the outcomes, based on questions are one more ebisa, na afin so the responses are one more enya. Implications of the findings. To competing political parties. Now, in your known semwa womunya ekwanya hu hia se political parties ebetimi age na afei ebetimi aboa de womun so womo Now, concluding remarks and then the upcoming editions from baseline to post elections. Now, was it way the first among the three surveys womo edebeba from now ekokoksi se yebeto aba 2024 every and no post election analysis ni nyina no wamo ebeya. Richard Yanko the next one na afi yemra the details of the report. Prof enti first of all kind mame emra woso na mintio on how mo tena se decide say mo betimi aye sa adie na afi the rationale behind it mame entio ankasa.
Great Mr. Speaker, me do asefa Echia minia zigane ebusianfo amabeto mu fi Kessem ha yafem ya momre kumase mesan good yeah so introduction no
yes
in fact me take it time to let people understand me bezen go for etias yes yakasa elections researcher sabio obia betimi aye politics ko anim your campaign ye na ato aba no ne abenya no anya ne wanya so na wakotwen next election enti ewo ho saa de bia saa netie but emre ko nanim no ena bi ebi no de yanim kan abrofo no mu ne nkura hodo so bi ho no mu a elections research and a guide the process.
Okay.
Na ya nania politicians ni suro ni say e bia research yi be yi e de yem hwehwe bi ni ade be kosan. In fact me ye announcement say ade be chia me ye presentation no penifo kese pa e fa ne fa nyina say me hu fly and me ye mahye
I see.
Enunti e na ebinom mpe elections research.
Okay.
But media me can report him say elections researcher sebe enye kura no yes ne say obeka say wono mo a omo ba beto aba no omo nka o ma no ntum.
Okay.
Because election research simply means me ko wono mo a omo ba beto aba ne ho na me no madi nkomo abisa omo senia ne mo mo hwe anim ne ade ansa no mato aba no say o se mema me nye sa ade no a chese ne apese o kire ne say wo political party ne de wo bekoso a campaign akasa ha ba mema wono mo a omu ba beto aba no
na wo mutie wo nsem
memo mu nka bi.
Okay.
That is what mkrofo a omu mpe elections research no eno na omu pese omu kire.
Okay.
Enti o fa election anytime we say yes you are getting feedback from the people. Wo na wo your campaign na so timi kire say sa research we are be die me hwa nokra na enya nokre.
Okay.
But senior deputy elections director NDC ekaye no se no nokre se enya nokre no obefa.
Yeah.
Se enya nokra wo de kosoa na ye niema fasisa sa story no. Sa time no se na wo story no egu dada kra na kwese namdodo na ade egu nkwan nim. Ensen kwan no kwan bia so. Na emom so obetena se aka se enya nokra nti me nya ho hwe report no kra me nsom me de na me tie no so obeka so obesom na wo nsom na oka se mu na me de paso yes obi di aba be bo hwe wachi na wo so obi se wo recommend nti anya ya still no ano make sure so what say aba no de bo na wo fa mo azara. I like that analogy. Mesre, if that is going to be the direction going forward there any onu nunu anom bi no nkasa no muntu ni da kakra.
Okay.
Ha sabio say yes enye resource ne ba no mudi nkunim ana bebi obedi nkunim bia kwesi mi ni nkunim ne bi
wanim so number
me nka ho do that but we are taking time to give them a very useful feedback.
Okay.
That is the most important thing, and I'm saying say that feedback coming from one mu born to come ho kasa kire mo no yes obi betie no mu so mu ka.
Okay.
Say o pese election ifo ni nyina nka mo anontum na wo no de bia kasa no de bia kasa ma men kan show nyina wa ha Kumasi ni see regional elections ni see link ne wo ho e wo report ni me pese nka obi a odi ni bia nkonkopie. It was like Benkum as against Nifa. Utie pasenka kasa ni abonten komo go to down komo TV so radio so na ke dey kan. Anka my research was in quote bogus.
Okay.
Because my research no na very different from near obia na o say ebesi Kumasi and Asante region.
You are talking about
Chemawunti ne nia de no ho kwaku apia elections no. But my worry was that enti mo ye campaign no mo pese mo betie na won mo beto aba no so beka unless oje echine say akwesi manko obi a ho metena me office me so so bi pese oje say na because of me nim say na tie me so me Ghana ni nim say na eje echine ni ntino me fa the person's GPS location.
Okay.
So me no gina haka say senka me researcher anka ma fa location e bia nipa no zoom obehu me ne wo. In fact, a binom crowd, out of 60,000 in the Jumaya Maye. A fabi, almost about 70% were willing to give me their telephone numbers and their names.
Okay.
Into your data, GPS location, their telephone numbers, their names, a crocrom also,
okay.
And for the avoidance of all these possible doubts, I take those other information, of course, on consent. Yes, me said that bisau.
Okay.
Oh yeah, now we take all those. Mesre tie watwa mu an say yes mo na mo ye mo campaign e wo say research bi say ba e betimi atu akoma e betimi e obi say assign na de oye in fact me obi me di resource ni tu dwa Kumasi no me di tu dwa na obi efrem say chale wa ma obi a collapse adan nanka obi ahyehyɛ mmoa bi anka ɔde ebre no me release report na me report ni say the feedback is not in his favor no nipa ko so na professor say enko ye dia then say osan akoto sika digum na o say no
okay
na say ya premise e course e bi me the report bi ma obi na me na me ye ma de and I'm say oh this report will be very useful to sa candidates no me share the more no oba ko say na abrante bi the Evans sa Evans no wa ko yin animu support candidate ba ko bi ntino so no ka me research ho de a and the research ni ebo absolutely me nyama de sa nipa na aye de ya obey adwuma na ma o me sent the me so mo kwa me fa so me double check nti won fa nya adwuma so da bi ba ye no na pe se nia na hyehyɛ no sa pe na ba ya ni nipa na no very sure so be di nkunim no ni nkunim se na report na eche well speaker in America and say mo be mo campaign but yeah take some time
to read
because it gives you feedback from the people you are campaigning to.
Yeah. Very well. Ma yanko the details of the report itself. Richard yanko na okay. With the graphs now, or say which political party are you likely to support in the 2024 presidential elections? And I don't know, figure one, preferred political party by regions. The National Democratic Congress is in yellow, the New Patriotic Party, blue, right? And I feel purple, so the other political parties undecided, and so Prof, what is the meaning of this graph?
Good. It is a from kakra.
Yes.
Regions nini. Regions no
from a year ahafo
to see Western North.
Okay.
Near a chain say over Western North. Parties no popularity.
Okay.
Popularity ni activities are only at the grassroots level are projected their parties.
Okay.
Enti party bi ho no mu a constituency bi no no onte ne nka ho hwe ni anima say chairman tifia we tifia but as a party omu nya hwe to tell their presence in the constituency.
Okay.
Me bisa say sa constituency mu no political party ben na ho keka no was very popular in this constituency.
Okay.
And who answers no the popularity of the NDC and the MPP Western North no na repair nessa enti Western North sabe obuhia ahokeka no kase afiri mu ho NDC MPP mo yana mo keka mo ho ye wo.
So what it means is in the Western North no NPP ni NDC no
o can you perform the same and mumpejam a bit in so say any they don't do more activities in that region. They should try and do more.
What it means again is a political party will be taking advantage of this
absolutely
report. Now obe strategizing.
Absolutely.
Now obe my region what bear region no likely so be to me
now obi be some say but Western North the senka etaye NDC for let me say yes ahokeka
party active.
Yeah. This is an information I think is worth considering.
Okay.
There are 8 regions. NDC ahokekano ewoso.
Okay.
Esene parties aka ni nyina. Those 8 regions no Greater Accra ka ho, Bono East ka ho.
Okay.
All the 4 northern regions ka ho with the exception of northeast.
Okay.
And the 4 ni nyina be ka ho na 6.
Upper
East,
West.
Good.
Northern region itself.
Good. Okay. Na 6. And na Otini Water. Sa 8 regions you know. NDC ahokekano ewoso.
Okay.
And then the kekabo muama overall no. NDC ahokekano ewoso MPP in terms of political party popularity in the constituencies.
Okay.
And so aka na MPP ahokekano ewoso no. Ashanti of course, Bono, Ahafo, Western region, think Central region, Eastern region, and then Northeast.
Okay.
Northeast, and then in Sonwa, na MPP Ahonka Council, and that is for the political parties by regions. Into overall, no, can national na abemua na Ahonka NDC wo at the various constituencies as a party. Na omu Ahonka no na was so esene MPP.
Yeah. Okay. But you call the next line, Richard. Na yambra. You call the next one. Okay. This is it. Now you call the next one. Yeah. These are the frequencies. You call the next graph no so. But your higher 92.9. Obey to me. I join here live. War and your Facebook no so. Now I feel what the
next one.
No. But Richard, you call the next one. We want the graphs. Okay. Mayemra, which presidential candidate are you likely to support in the 2024 presidential elections? And this is figure 2. And where specifically all the candidates. Yep. Okay. And you have John Mahama in there. You have Dr. Bawumia as well. John Mahama is in red. Dr. Bawumia is in blue. And I feel the others, are in green. Now, why you're on regional basis? Okay. Yeah. Now, my explanations to that.
Good. Enti ahano me fa say Chineji aba me baseline report
yes. The most preferred candidate.
In fact, I'm not najo me dana very call him kakra because now people are asking very good questions. The interesting questions. Now, questions no ba kwa na for me very interesting pa here. Obi say abinti na use line graph. And I say the questions are na reason we say o call report last year maybe data ni na go ho.
Okay.
It is a one person your bar chart o person your den graph o pie chart data no ho the graph will be up be anye. I didn't hide my data. In fact, one thing I made me prepare full disclosure.
Okay.
Tina match say me data on my track ko chere baby am gina your interview. E track ko chere nipa me obi a person further and better why not? In fact, constituency level near collective data no.
Okay.
But this report is national and regional level. Say candidate be a to about you, say their party chairman, now say we PC a woko abato. If you constituency be na person unya won kwan ho report. Why not?
The constituency are willing to disclose that.
Please.
Okay. Yes.
The question is into political party popularity. Does it translate automatically to
the candidate?
The candidate.
Presenting.
And the findings tells us it is not directly translated to Adi.
Okay. In the case of 2024.
Yes. When you are region B, translated automatically, but there are some regions that it did not translate automatically. For example, Western North region. Okay. Good. Osha party popularity now moving now from Jinape.
Okay.
And so in terms of preferred presidential candidate, marginal increase came for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Sene.
John
Dramani Mahama.
Okay.
Now about the other regions, and so all the 7 into a ban of popularity preference of the candidate. MPP benya 8 instead of the 7 now no more. And now there's a slight 2 percentage point lead for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ahead of John Mahama.
Okay.
And I made sure say, Mr. Speaker, constituency be Ghana ha. And my data was collected from constituency level. Constituency be Ghana ha. Aba parliamentary candidate Benyan. Sa pepe na presidential candidate.
It differs.
Hey. So why is this a strange finding? When our reality every election year by election year, everything will be as
parliamentary candidate. It means so candidates in saying the presidential.
In fact, say you can say NDC for one point by
yeah,
and now MPP for one by still parliamentary candidate MPP need be as a presidential candidate be.
Exactly.
And now presidential candidate be as a
and another dynamics in the doors.
And automatic, sir. In American say,
yeah,
there is a 4 percentage point between NDC's popularity and MPP's popularity. NDC was so kakra 4 percentage.
That is the party terms.
Party.
Okay.
Over candidate leveler, MPP was so by 2 percentage points above the candidate of the NDC,
which is John Mahama.
The work they need to do is to try and balance the equation. In fact, if we balance, we can only reduce
the margin,
the relationships.
Okay.
But still, on election day, you should expect that minimobia otoma ebia on party bako.
Okay.
As otoma presidential nenkwa. Obu parliamentary no otutia on one party.
Okay. Now, an interesting question will be, sir, in terms of presidential candidate preference, what were some of the responses and what were the specific questions Mubisa to Womo Amuni Omudi in Komo Entia? I mean, presumably, Emma Dr. Bawumia a 2 percentage points lead ahead of John Mahama. comparing the two individuals?
Okay, so usually na you perceive who say nipa no or capacity to answer and medical visa say as a woman candidates no age number or demonstrate say nimu a na fi ebisa na say okay so omumu baako e na nka wo pese odi mampani a aka omu hwan na nka obeto abama no. And the two questions don't follow each other. Part of the only one section.
Okay.
Yeah, we are new. Now, if you are back candidates level, you are near back factors you are going to base your decision and near my obedience. I take your decision. Now, if you are called walk down the knee, then pan was sim here. Can we share candidate be and Kabaka and say no na on your mount.
Okay.
That is the fourth graph there. Unemployment. Edikan ye bedu honum. It is sana yebisa and 70. The person must demonstrate knowledge of the candidates.
Okay.
18 to 39 for. So we better about winning the candidates. That is like a saying in candidates.
Okay.
And the second group I mean 40 plus if one also the media survey or we established that capacity to answer the question. And about 60,000 plus. And so final data you use here 59,000, I think 470 something really so. Meaning some people at a point, will take you off.
Okay.
Because you don't have the capacity to proceed to the next question.
But the previous year graph, because I have some few questions on that. Yes, now maybe Sir Prof. Ansana Yaba way. So now you come to the regional basis, quite an interesting one. Oshe, Ahafo, Ashanti, Mono. Okay. Those are major areas. Dr. Bawumia popularity, no. Was then you come to a year from the central region, right?
To
Eastern.
Okay. To Greater Accra, NDC,
John Mahama,
MPP.
Okay, then you come to
Northeastern, so MPP. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia,
okay, then Northern region.
So no, yes, but John Mahama was so Kakrasen. Now about OT region there, John Mahama was so.
Okay,
Savannah, John Mahama was so.
Upper East,
John Mahama was so.
Upper West,
John Mahama was so.
Volta, John Mahama. Then Western region.
Dr. Blue was so. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was so.
But Purple near the
undecided.
Okay, Tiahano take lead.
Undecided take lead the Western. In fact, Western region is the region with the highest undecided voters.
And I may agree because that region also has been silent when it comes to political activities. In fact, as a two political parties, one of our Western region is that
and Western North also is the most unexploited region.
I see.
Politically. I mean, now
two political parties now from last year, Ebabisi this year. All major events are political parties now, but or Western region. Yes, and it tells you clearly how our region no Ababe dormant. Exactly. Region Ababe dormant politically. And clearly no you see sir the graph is telling you. And these are some of the responses.
Absolutely.
Now we are getting some numbers here. Figures, no? What does it represent? You're having 6,267.
Out of the 59,000, almost 60,000. Okay. These are the frequencies. If I could have been percentages.
Okay.
Over table no, this one percentages no. I think I plotted frequencies instead of percentages.
Okay.
But the good news is that to do a further analysis, I mean the data
I saw the appendix. Quite an interesting one. But you have got the other chart. So now and so but on 58 after 8 I Kessben share live Kessben television obetimi adjoin here your Facebook handle no so yene Professor Sarpong associate professor Kumasi Technical University Anna Edin Komo. This is a baseline survey, the first of a kind, 2 additional ones Anna Ebeba, including post-election ones one more Ebeye. Now on this chart, what in your view is Ghana's most critical challenge today, which the next president must address? Now this is a very specific question. Say Ghana ni kwakotuaba. One kasa wo hwe wa dream a ebe na ye problem kese pa e wo ho a ene ye to abade ma obi so me yo mampanyi a obepese obetimi asolve sa particular challenge no. Unemployment na di kan Conform member any adwumaye krum and a decay and not topic inflation and that's also 14.9 economic slowdown economy no enye no 14.8 poor roads yakwanya enye water crisis power crisis illegal mining. I'm happy to say I know a future 4.6 you come to debt crisis 3 billion IMF loan no and also LGBT. I mean these are national issues you're dealing with and the responses are there. Corruption quite unfortunate surprises me though baby I do corruption now but as you see I person then you come to sanitation and climate and I feel the forest loss your forest are no prof take us through this now we know I say the rationale behind this
nti adwuma sam de benifo amutie de manofo a sabio binum per research I think this is a very positive feedback sabi wo kasa mu no say wo masa nkomo we edi mu ntintiman because enu na ye niema a wo mu paate nkofo pa adwuma ye Ubeka all the fine campaign then nyina na revolve around a juma semwa. You are not making so much impact on the minds of the voters.
Okay.
Among now say one was a corruption that lasts but
3 years.
Yeah. The person has a good work to do. Now also the boss so kakra be nsem ono so timi we bi de hwe ne ne ma. I mean, they will care very less about. Yeah, na yeah, man for ya necessary. Yenye adwuma ni bi nye no. Now to tell you, nkofo bi na say we crank betimi bi adwuma. Amani penye bia ya na. Obi are busy a shut down fa ho sa. So let's take this on employment. In fact, me you so critical because critical means reach a state of national insecurity.
Okay.
These issues it's getting to a point of national insecurity.
And for ETT,
high ETT pa. You find it serious. After inflation, economic slowdown, and a debt here. Some years say you know economy
was same to the economy, yeah.
The near Salo Kikabumwa, almost 35% of
responses are economy means so one they want to hear you.
Kwanya omobefa so mbe solve no. Okay.
Okay, amount for both. I say then you hit right there for them to understand. That is a manable. Poor roads. You so you are fine, but fine also be on so to take okay before.
Yeah.
Water crisis and so power crisis the name. In fact, sa water ne
roads no. Yeah.
And electric communication
networks are any I see.
If you be talking the nice campaign politics blah blah, if you don't know these
the key issues
of the people, you are just making noise. You are not convincing anybody. Because as someone who can who name
Omuhau. Okay.
It's you just mining to one more illegal mining, LGBT, sanitation,
forester, yes,
no, rosewood. They before so how can see
a forester, yes, no. Okay. Acquire your best so your best solve this problems. So what it means again, no, and it's a political party na utie and na share near. All you need to do, no, and it's a yes, even though Ubenya wow policies are what they be back through one manifesto, but majority of them, no. And Crofoni how near. And as I say, message, any policies, surrounded around these major issues. And clearly, I mean, these are issues that Debiano, Yakuhon Tokwa, about up and Crofoni demonstrations about Akwanya Enye. Now, the water crisis, power crisis, and Crofo air discuss it. Light in so in why do you have to go increase utility tariffs near the Nina? Quite an interesting one. Richard, you call the next slide now. Yenshare and also. And these are major issues and Crawford ebeshe ho atoaba as challenges and no eha warm pacho higher 92.9. Richard, you call the next slide na yenshare and no 4 after 9. But you bet me the messages at the aba 0550596 0550567 Now you come to the next figure, figure 3. figure 3 na afei yene prof eni ho enkomo or say what are the main deciding factors you consider in choosing a presidential candidate. Now the deciding factors no eye niema wo hwe ana wo gina so e de atwusu obi a wo bepese ono no beba beye omampanyin. Quite an interesting one. Competence is around 50.3%. Track record. Competence no ye nipa no se uhu ne se obetimi aye adwuma no a wo kase momfa tumi no ema no wo hwe ni su wo hwe ni tibia wo hwe ni bobra ene ne niema a wo ya wo to abama na obetimi aye adwuma so omampanyin ana, and that is competence. Now you come to track record. Track record near 22.5. Okay, enti eniema a waye etwam in the past. Okay, wo hwe Dr. Bawumia ne niema hoba aban mu almost emfie nwotwini waye true na na adodanko ekufuado. John Mahama beye omampanyin niema a wono nso waye in the past. And no na track record. Now party affiliation, obehwe se woye NPP candidate, ana NDC candidate, ana woye New Force, ana woye ARC, Alanche Martin, ana wo de ato aba na. Then financial inducement, sikatua. I don't know, quite an interesting one. And Crawford, I won't be say, Uma Miska na meto abadi amano. And also, tosso number 4. It means that I feel we are about to on Crawford already say, Umo Musika, one beji, Eddie ato abano, Eddie amount. I don't know. Then none comes to mind. One mono, Ayam Crawford, we mu biano, a biama, one more dream. At the full bianso, Nina Jimo, Becker home, Eddie ato aba. It is Uncle for no ewo. Then religion, oye Christiani ana oye Muslimini ana se wasum bosum. Sanko for no so 1.2%. Then ethnicity 0.9. Oye Srimuni, oye Angunani, oye Hwahweni, oye Kani, ni nyina no play out wa. Prof, mamemra also na my the explanations to this. Why is competence leading in this chart?
Yeah, now Mr. Speaker,
yes.
Said at least just said at least more than half, 50.3% say competence. Said the excess of me your paper or what's all the bay, the name deal what's all the bay, or the answer is the competence. And tell the every the beer than China, party affiliation 19, track record 22. Competence, you know, Sami and Sanekwa constitutes more than 90% of the response. For me, that is good news. Party affiliation, which is a medium MVP in Meto. Yeah. Medium NDC in Meto. I know, but near me, then say a form kakra. Eti Obia or campaign, Bia no, so who say, or Manfon air beshe, will competence and no track record. So near the Atuabama. For me, those are the 3 striking issues. Party affiliation, nature say, CSCA party. Na ebinumu kotu because omuye party ni nintia. Okay. O masa party ni no do awodema party ne take form. Ahwa ebekwa etia.
Mo anhwe party for no a party setting in.
Okay. You are losing about 19.1% who would have willfully voted for you.
Okay.
But ebi ansembi e ofia mo NCSA party anya kono den bi ebetimi ha until you may have a very good competence and a very good track record, but you need that party affiliation as well. Okay. Mo heda mo NCSA fie. As for
okay, how about that?
Can we
we know our effect on the candidates, preferred candidate and for selecting yana.
Yes.
And now say the party's popularity and for selecting yana.
At this point, dear, a presidential candidate now what also better about man. Then I will share free no.
Okay.
What are the deciding factors? And we make those choices.
Okay.
And these things are going straight to candidates no. To who a candidate here, ubetimia suffer from a weak party.
Okay.
That is what the third one is telling us. And make sure that through you the party becomes stronger. So
as a candidate, obey me, I am competent.
Yes.
But our party, as a vehicle, I am weaker.
Yeah.
Suffer from
absolutely.
Okay.
Nti yenhwe na yenhye ne so. It's a very good information for all of them. Baby anjo ye.
Okay.
Mo feel say adwo still munsi achi nkohwe na ensensem bi ho.
Financial inducement for na fie nyina be discuss.
Mr. Speaker, o de onka ho. O de onka.
O de fie nyina be discuss.
Oso
ya be
in fact, oh, eti mesre say safo no.
Okay.
Meaning don't they like competence? Such that if the person is even an incompetent person or a likely to be incompetent person, almost cast over to Anna. I don't they trust in believe in track record. Yes, sabi near why you be done here, they know ejina kunu ased nijina trano ased.
Yeah.
Pese obe values track record no ana. Is it the case say nipa no ni track record any competence ni kra still almost ka obeja to ana. Inti mesre in fact one mu kasa financial inducement for no hono enye bibia na yedi sika ye.
Okay.
Eto da bia na wo kwaji sika nne no na wo mabi.
Is it also the case say enkrofo abamu abu nipa no may seem to have the competence and brother me show be video papa penyi pa o say ye beto aba na wo mbeka nsem a de ni nyina ade acho. Now when they get the power, okay, then they lose as if say adwin bia wo mo kan bia no ayira de free. Yes, bosha wo mo share, you know, you don't see them fulfilling it. And could this be say and yes idea simplicity ye dwuba na me kopa ma obi papa tu ameka na me nkotoma e ka bia mebo bia meji ansa na mato
ansha na e kira asem no na sika krone kita wo no na ntimi an resolve it.
Okay.
Ansha na sika no kura no minimi nkrofo bebra o maton mu kokofuo so mu de koye galamse ya kokof sika na ton na be share wonsam no ni bosumi nsia sika nasa.
Okay.
Onso nka koko yi wo ho a anka bosumi nsia anka wante kura anka wate be 10 bucks 20 bucks bi de show half a enti sabe aya na infant pem for school dwenhwe kan ya na yenhwe na yenhwene nhwe echire because udi na echi ekoje bibi ko ton wayi a nyansa nyamede ma wonu a ahwa na echire nsem na kwakodo so asen ene die a waje adi.
Okay. Okay, Richard, yanko the last one. Now you wrap it up now. Last one, Nanny. Okay, Mommy, the introductory part. You know, now Obibeka say, enkombo ayedi nyina no. What is the sample size? Nipa no ahen of fire, ahen fan or koye. What were the rationale behind this? Yanko the next one. Yadika check dada. Na yemra the
1 2 3 the design
of the research, you know. Yeah. But 12 after 9 Kessben 92.9 we are live on Kessben television and we're doing channel making kind no the amount yanko the next one rated design where the other frequencies, you know, are the amount. But prof generally nipa hena was sample one.
Mr. Speaker, beautiful the question. Nipa 60,000 plus.
Okay.
And the sample me was sub sampling no ase ho constituency bia ni nipa dodo a me ni omo kasa ye. Enye pe because constituency bia ni na hoden a.
Okay.
Odi rural voter register nim. Ebi no mo de 200,000 100,000 num ewura mu no. Na ebi mo so de 15,000 ewura.
Okay.
Enti enye pe. Rural constituency mu a ye wo clusters. Electoral areas and as in Krunkru a Kikabo Mania constituency no. Ura Krobia mua. The share of the constituency no. Na we replicate proportional a chrono ebe here wom. Enti eno ne constituency level sub sampling. Now okay sub sampling ni nyina de bomu no abenya the national sample size of final 59,747 as then na me de no. Enti that is the sample size na emra wo ho ne say oh yeah research nhwehwemu bi say na say ye Ghana ha na ade ye voter population of about 17 million na emu 13 million kwato about 2020 when your sample size cry say onya 16,500 sample size.
Okay,
me gina so de to menu anomu aka anase obi a all your research bi ha at least satisfy that minimum sample size.
Okay,
na mra number 2 e wo ho ne say the larger the sample size, the more reliable and stable your findings. Enti unia hoden na betimi a double sample size no, the more you increase the sample size,
the numbers,
the more reliable your research will be.
Okay.
60,000 means about times 3 to times 4 of the minimum sample size anybody
which
needs.
is 16,000, no?
The next point I want to make is say self person oye movie na de gina so ma generalization gina so chese no Ghana nyina say na betimi akwa I am making sure say we be satisfy all the constituencies we constituencies ni mu bi eja bia what defeated the central limits theorem, what defeated the law of statistical regularity, what defeated the law of inertia of large samples. And there are some guiding principles that backs the sample size determination.
Okay.
Once you satisfy all of them, there, aya nania obi beka nia obi nka na yes say there. Obi bisa am say na wo yes say udin na then me ye researcher say bio ense wentu a say ebu pete.
Yeah.
Ense there twe na ye de hu say ense twem. You get it? Okay, we should all stay out of politics for them to do their thing. Yeah, so yet mubi. Oh, na me catch unia friends kriya wo kuma says na mo ye beja ye na mo ma de. Because I don't see what I gain in doing this except to give you feedback from the very people you are campaigning to. The methodology is on spot. I am a statistician. Sebi obi betimi aye methodology a solida. Entrame meka ho pa bi. Ni adenti mesre. It is purely just to provide feedback.
Now, another interesting question is that the period of survey, was from which month to which month?
The month of April.
Okay.
1st to 30th.
Okay.
In fact, we did our very last engagement on the 30th, and I pulled out all my men from the field.
Okay.
Nyaka nyina ye office, they were trying to clean the data, then, and they say, and the two.
Very well. Prof, I'm grateful for your time.
The speaker.